All right, hello everyone. I'm back from Las Vegas. Uh, I have to do math for my movements, specifically the easing animations. Um, let's try to make myself not look so depressed. How about that? So this book I've been writing in. Basically, the plan was today I make sprites and animations or whatever. I don't think I'm really gonna have to do animations, honestly, because the whole thing is animations. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm live streaming now. I too. Um, and it assumes I already have a working prototype, which I do not. So I gotta work on that. I'll follow my own advice here. If you pass me, but basic idea. I have, you know, some readable notes here. Some very simple, very not complicated notes on how to do all of this. You know, just some normal, classic like elementary school level understandable notes that I've been taking today. Just some really simple, understandable notes on the game. Just some really easy surface level mathematics. So that's sarcasm, by the way. So I don't know. Let's just get started. I don't really know what else to say for the intro here. I think everything's running smoothly right now. We got one contributor on YouTube, no one on Twitch, no one on Kick. Let's just get started. How about that? Well, I guess I can check my YouTube channel. I will turn off the Chrome view though, just so I can check my YouTube channel. See if I have comments. Okay, it doesn't look like I have any comments, but I can check my channel. Yeah, no comments. I will like this video for raising money for tech. Just give that a like. Oh, is it for sarcoma research? Because, I mean, you can't really help Technoblade because he's dead. But I mean, if it's for sarcoma research, that makes sense. Or like, I don't know. I don't want to be rude. Or rather say things in a rude way. That's what I mean. Okay. Um, yeah, everyone go support Technoblade. Let's see here. Ooh, two concurrents. Very lovely. Hello, everyone. Um, honestly, I kind of want to like play music right now, or I want to play like my own music, put in like headphones and stuff. I'll just stick to the classic. All right, let's make sure everything's running smoothly. Okay. Okay. Music down. I have to figure out how this map works. Raise on the page. Because the thing is, I'm changing the slope over time. Um, or I'll just draw it. Because let's just say it's measured by updates, right? Because we have to account for time.delta time. So if I have a linear graph like this, and we have 3 updates, then that's going to map to, or let's say like 5 updates. 5 updates, right? And this is the motor speed. And this is over time. So this is over time, because the motor speed corresponds to actual movement. So time. And what, because I have to define what it means for it to be complete. I'm writing like math here, as you can see. Here, let me just make sure I'm showing that right. I'm writing math here, so I can understand this. I'll keep chat open because I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so the motor speed is going for a linear movement, the motor speed will be constant, keep that in mind. So that means that the actual movement, so we'll just call it actual movement because I don't know how to define this yet. No. I don't know how exactly to define this yet. Okay, so we got actual movement over time. So we can draw these dotted lines all the way down, right? And I think that just assumes a certain slope. Note, angle is not necessarily 45 degrees. It all depends on the speed. Okay. So this is for no ease. Very simple, right? Now, the problem happens when we have to think about easing. Let's call it easing for now. Or how about we'll just ignore we'll ignore the actual mathematical formulas for now. We just want to focus on the visuals. All right, see here. Let me show you this again. I want to do some show and tell here. For this, you've actually got no ease, and then how it actually corresponds over time. So the top one is a change in ease, which is nothing, and the bottom one is the actual change in movement, which is something because the motor is actually what changes it. So now I got to do it because this is for no ease, so I'm doing it for ease in and ease out animations. All right, ease in. So let's draw these I like having these little dotted lines here because they kind of tell me what's going on a little bit. Because like that's actually how it's reported. It's not perfectly smooth. It's per update, right? And then you modify it so that it's not just by the frame rate. You modify it using time.delta time. So for easen, you have this silly parabola, right? Okay. Parabola. And this is the end. you choose where this goes. The end, alright? So then you record it accordingly. That's at 0, that's at something, a little more, a little more. Or, because now... Okay, okay, now we have to get into mathematical formulas, I think. So I opened Desmos earlier at school, and Desmos kind of told me that, alright, so let's just open Desmos again. No, not the, or, I guess, yeah, that works. Here, let me open this up for y'all to see. Or actually, let's just do it like this. Alright, so we got Desmos open. So y equals a is going to be the speed, so I'll just preset it. Ax squared plus bx, we'll just call this, plus c. Alright, so we got a parabola. Now, I think, because the thing about this is, we want this middle one to be 0. 0x. Because that way it's right aligned on here. You don't have any weird shenanigans. I know that's a weird explanation for me, I can't think right now. And I'm hungry. So next, the y-intercept determines the starting speed, which is optional. So we can set this to 0 if we want the starting speed to be 0. So with that out of the way, that just leaves 3x squared, right? Now, when you modify this number, it determines how skinny it is, right? So I did 0.5, 0.25, 0.1. You'll notice it gets fatter and fatter. 0.5. Now that's a very fat parabola. So that's what you want to pay attention to. We can ignore these ones for now. Now, if I wanted to shift it along the x, what I could do is I could do little parentheses here. Okay. So if I added 5, it'd set it back. That's what I thought. But if I subtract, then it adds. It's weird, it's inverted, I know, but... So we're probably going to be using subtraction, because 0, this right here, the y-axis, starting from x equals 0, so the y-axis is going to be the start of the time since the animation started, and then the vertex the y line at the vertex is where the animation is gonna end. So now if I study, okay, let's just make this fatter. Let's make it 0.5, no, 0.25, 0.1 maybe, 0.05, okay. So now you'll notice that, let's say, so since 5, or let's make it like 10, 0.1, 0.05, okay. So 10 is our ending point. 10 is when the animation ends. This is for ease out. Because ease in is already figured out, I just need x for that. And then I already know, I already know where the vertex goes. The point is for reason, I don't have to modify the x in this parentheses at all. I can just keep it at +0. That way it starts at the origin, and then does that, and then if I want to start at a certain speed, I change the y-intercept. But if I want to subtract, like subtract 10, so 10 is going to be the ending point. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. You subtract the ending point from the x, and that's how you apply it to make the vertex line. Okay. But the thing is, so now you notice that its starting speed, even though it's +0, its starting speed is high, and then it slows down near the end. Like if I make this a bit skinnier, I think it might be a bit more noticeable. Like fast slows down, like that. Also, I could use exponentials, but there's also ease in and out, and then ease out and in, which is kind of weird. All my viewers are gone, that's sad. Okay. Alright, so we've got this graph here. Now the thing I have to think about is, because this is over that. This is actual movement over time. I'm trying to find the motor. Okay, wait. So I didn't know the motor speed for no ease. Couldn't I just figure out that for a given time, for a given x, I could get the y that, and then I could find the difference, and I could modify it accordingly. I'll write that down. Okay. To visualize this better, assume you don't know the motor speed at every given time. You can still determine the current motor speed by finding the difference in y between the previous update and what the current update should be. So I don't even have to find the mathematical formula for that, because it works with the other problem too. I have to find the difference, and then I have to change it accordingly by setting the motor speed to the difference. And that should incorporate time.delta time, because that's going to go in the x. That's going to modify the x, I think. Yeah. So to find the difference, now equals, and then that's the y in actual management. Now equals absolute value of current angle minus old angle. So the difference. Okay, so got my notes written here, as you all can see. I add a little thing down here because math formulas. So now equals the absolute value. So the actual movement is absolute, the difference. And then next equals and then you have to input it into the f of next equals f of because this happens pre-motor update. Oh man. Because the problem is you don't know when the end is. You have to set it yourself. Oh, I guess I could add another parameter for that. Let's try my brain. Okay, let's check some stuff. Let's do that. We don't need the exponential for the speed. Well, yeah, we'll just make a float called duration. Duration time until animation ends. Duration. In seconds. Okay, so now you have to actually set the duration. That's good. Okay, so now I'm in seconds. Let's look up what unit of measurement is time.delta time. Is measured in seconds. Okay. So it should line up, I think. Best. Okay. Hey, I got 2 viewers on Twitch. That's cute. Bro, okay, buddy, okay. Let's just, okay, so I want to figure out this math real quick, because... So you got time in seconds now, because you finally added the limit. So now both ends of the domain are determined. So now we can make a formula for this, so... We can say... Y equals speed, or rather, f of time equals speed multiplied by time. So that's mx plus another fucking parameter. Or yeah, parameter. I'll make these two floats. Because these are types, and then these are... Also, why are these integers? Can't angles be fractional? They can. Oh, also... man, then I have to typecast them. Look it up. Unity are Euler angles floats. Let me see. Downside of Euler is that you get unexpected behavior depending on the rotation. Due to gimbal lock. What's gimbal lock? Gimbal lock is a mathematical problem that arises only when Euler angles are used to represent 3D orientation. Well, this is for 3D, so I'm using, because I'm in 2D, so I think it'll be fine. Plus, you know what? We'll just ignore the fact that they might be the wrong data type for now. We'll get that error later, it'll remind us, but point now is, I want to figure out float, speed, float duration, seconds. Let's go float. Starting. Starting speed. Starting speed or y-intercept of the motor at time equals 0. Okay, so you got muscle type, ease type, float starting speed, float ease speed multiplier, float duration in seconds. And you got float for the old angle and the new angle. Okay. Starting speed. And for the next one, f of time equals... So notice, remember we had this graphing calculator. I can explain it here. So remember, you don't have to pay attention. I guess you can... The C is the last one, so... We'll just call it... Because if I set this higher... so if I set this to 0... Oops. No, if I set this... like right here... So... So notice as I change this, it gets faster and faster. So So that variable is going to be our speed. The first coefficient is our speed. Speed is our first coefficient. And then times time squared. Time. And then for this, if he's out, then minus duration. So plus 0 x. We don't need this. Plus, and then the last one is the starting speed. Now I should just look up, when does the motor update Unity? It's called every frame after the previous frame's calculations are complete. Are you sure? So this is kind of a chicken or the egg thing. Basically, it's running frame after calculation. And the first time, it would enable it to move, and then it would change. And then enable to move, and then it change. And then able to move, and then it change. Okay, so I'm gonna write another thing. Note. Motor update happens after or before, depending on how you look at it. Calculation. Wait. Please, A overview. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not the answer. I was stupid. Okay. Calculation /code. So it's a chicken or the egg problem. It works though. No code change. So still water update. No change. Water equals 0. Repeat code. Repeat motor. Dot. Motor update. No change. Motor equals 0. And then yes code change. Player input. So move. Motor. Update. Yes, change. Motor is not equal 0. ... Okay, so I've kind of made this little chronology here, just to visualize it for myself. The motor update happens between the frame, or between the... It happens every frame update between the code. So it does that. Let's can check chat. Might also want to lower the thermostat. Anyone in chat? Hey, 3 concurrents, let's go. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh. So now we're just gonna give it a big old check mark of approval. Yippee. So now that we know the time function calculation, because it's now current angle, and then next time, because this happens pretty much. Function of time, that's a value, current angle minus old angle. Function of time, speed. Time. So let's see. So that means it maps it to the function. And then when it maps it to the function, so then but my question is, will the difference be equal to that? Because that is measured in f of time measures actual movement. That one, but that's current angle minus old angle, which is the difference. But actual movement, okay, well, I'll note here. This unit is in angles because actual movement is in angles. So unit is in angles because actual movement is in angles. And then I can cross this out. Angles. I'm kind of confused, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just doing a bunch of math right now. Hey, 245 subs, thanks to whoever subs. So I just have to make sure, because I want to make sure that the parabola is arranged correctly. So the speed is correct. Is the time correct? Well, time is how it updates, and it starts at 0. So yes. Because it's still along the y-axis. Now the last thing we have to check off is starting speed. Because the thing is, angles can be negative. So that means that if the starting speed is 0, so now we have to do ABS. So now minus the next. Motor equals absolute value of now minus next. And then next is the function. And now is the absolute value. So the difference between the current angle and the original angle. It's very confusing. I just want my mouse to work here so I can do proper easing. Please. You know what? This is usually a sign I should take a break from thinking and just do like asset creation or something. What do you think, chat? Okay, fine. You know what? No, I'm gonna power through it. So first need to make sure I'm measuring in angles, right? Angle, old angle, function of time. Should be in angles, right? Well, we call it angles. Angles float. Let's use an angles float. And that's also float, because the actual movement is in angles. So that, therefore, by that is a float that represents angles. Now I need to check the motor. Let's look up what unit of measurement is motor in Newton. It's measured in meters, really? Oh my gosh. Maybe I shouldn't even use motor. Maybe I should make my own motor variable and then update it however I like. That's probably more reliable, right? I'll just make my own motor variable and then update it after all the code updates. Right, that's probably better. That way I can just call it. That way I don't have to use the motor's stupid things, and I can just measure in angles, right? And then I can just have it rotate by a certain amount of angles by that time. Instead of having to measure in meters, and having to measure in a force of meters per second. Why would I use meters? Like, alright, I'm hungry. Alright, yep, that's it. I'm making that a motor variable. That's it. I am making my own motor variable that measures in angles. As a float. And not fucking meters per second. Okay. We'll call it magic motor. Okay, we're gonna call it magic motor. Okay, so then we'll just have a function on the update that just updates the magic motor, right? Because motor is compatible with Unity's physics engine, which is not what I want. I want things to move at a certain speed no matter what mass they have. So that means I'm gonna have to have motor variable, call it magic motor. We're not gonna use the built-in motor, we're gonna make our own, and then it's gonna update and move at a certain amount of angles. Alright. Here, let's just gonna rename it magic motor. Magic motor is represented as angle equals ABS, no next. That's a float, and then that's a float, and that's a float. Value function of time. The function. This unit is an angles float because actual movement is in angles. Self of time is in angles. So now here's the thing, we have to account for the fact that angles can be negative, which means that the start can be negative. I'm too hungry for this, chat. I need to eat something. I'll change OBS. Okay. Let's actually think about this now. This here is a magic motor. Right, I was considering this. Speed is a coefficient. Multiply by time squared. Now remember, this is the clever part. Time has to be 0 or positive. It's just a parabola. The parabola's vertex can start at a negative number. So make a new variable called vertex height. Maybe vanilla vertex height. So we've got a vanilla vertex height, which is the vertex height unmodified by the starting speed. And vanilla vertex height is a new variable. Vanilla vertex height equals old angle. Wait, so we don't even need vanilla vertex height because it just equals old angle. It's all measured in angles. So you've got the old angle. So the old angle is negative. That means that the vertex, or the starting part, will be the old angle. And then you can add the starting speed to it so that on the next update, not the first one, because that's already at old angle. But the one you're on doesn't matter. It's the one you update it to. So it'll update to starting speed. Well, it'll update to factor in starting speed in addition to everything else that's on top of it. So I mean, this looks like it works. I think this works. Speed, time. Speed and time just determine the rate of change. Time is X. Speed is a coefficient that just doesn't really change. You just have to do that once. Okay. I think after I eat, this will make sense to me, and I think it'll work. But right now, there's that doubt in my mind that's telling me that I don't know anything. So, we're just going to kind of ignore it for now and just make our new variables in the code. So let's do that. Oh, I should also probably check Discord. Yeah, that's a good idea. I haven't checked Discord in a while. There might be some major new updates. Okay, there's 4 updates. Software. Oh god. News. Not everyone. Here's a studio update, I guess. Job opportunities. Mac OS developer, no. Okay. Motor variable that measures in angles. Yeah, okay. Magic motor. It's time to make the magic motor. It's magic motor time. Okay, so... Oh, now I have to apply all of this. This is very daunting. Yeah, this is very daunting, I'm not gonna lie. I have a lot of things to apply here. Okay, so here's the basic idea. My thought was, because I have all this pseudocode here that I was sort of going to copy into it just to make the step-by-step process. Except the thing is, I don't really want to do that right now because it's a lot of actual coding and writing stuff down. And I'm hungry right now, and I want a Costco pizza. Or, no, not Costco, I want a Trader Joe's pizza. So, instead of doing that, I'm thinking I'll just take pictures for my assets, and then I'll use Photoshop and show you all the assets I make. Because I think that's a better use of my time right now. But for not to worry about all the mathematics involved here. Thus... Because, yeah, the X modification before squaring shows where it's going to appear along the line. Yeah, because if I open... I verified it in Desmos, clearly. Like, no matter how... If the X has no modification, no matter how much I modify the coefficient, it's not going to change the fact that it's, like, on that area. But if I modify the X, or the thing with the X... Oh, right, because only that's getting squared, right. Because of PEMDAS, I forgot. That's why it makes sense, okay. You know what? I'll just put some extra parentheses around this. It's already this way, cause PEMDAS. Okay, so if y'all wanna see all my math, I'll show you. Math. Math. Lots of math. Okay. I'll be right back, chat. I'm gonna ask my dad a question. Alright, I'm back. Turns out we already have Traitorous Pizza here, so my dad's just making it for me, because I asked and he was sweet enough to do it for me. Okay. Now I was fucking stupid. Mathematics. You know what I can do? I don't necessarily have to do the mathematical functions right now. I can just define the variables I need. And then I can write all the switch case statements that are involved before the calculation. And once I get to the calculation, I can just take it from there. So let's just do that instead. And that's better here. So I'm going to switch this. We're going to... Movie project, small L. Visual Studio, small L. Visual Studio, large. Okay. So... maybe I should scale this up so y'all can see. And I'll just keep it that way. So I have to do some stuff here. So I have to think about this step by step. Move update. I'm pretty sure it's move update, right? If switch case. Wait, if slash switch case. Set the hinge joint 2D limits. Depends based off of the type. Based off the muscle type, right? Okay. So let's make. And then let's just define // private magic motor loads. This is our special motor that does not measure in fucking meters. Okay. Now we have this here. Angle, new angle, duration, second C, speed molt, E's type, muscle type. Or muscle type is inherent, so you don't need to care about that. How do I compress comments? That'd be really sweet if I could just do that. Okay. So first, step one. Or wait, we might want to think about putting was it step 2 earlier? I had notes on this. I think it was 2,2. Two comma 1 checks the E's type. Right, because I don't want it to be in that switch case. I want it to be separate. Okay, so that's actually going to be our step 1. Two goes before this. Because I don't want to have to put it in every switch case statement. That's weird. So Pause. Neg. Molt. Pause neg molt. Integer. This is either 1 or -1. This is multiplier. It's a multiplier either 1 or -1. 1 or negative. This is a multiplier either 1 or -1. Because if we go all the way to the end, so we give magic motor a direction. Okay, now we can start the switch case. Or actually, the if statement and then the switch case. So we do step 2, 2 first, because that's actually supposed to be step 1. So right, I just wrote the code here. I'll show you, so you can see. I'm just copying the code over pretty much, that I've written down from school. I mean, I think I had to work on it at school, because I would not have made this much progress on it if I didn't, and I need that time, because I'm a very inexperienced programmer and artist and whatnot, which means I need everything I can if I'm gonna do well in this game jam. So let's do the switch case statement. If the current angle, okay, if hinge joins 2D dot joint angle. Let's just comment, or let's just bring these back. Oh, whoops! I put the data types after the name. Silly me. Okay, now we go to this, and we're gonna call it ref hinge joint 2D. Ref hinge joint 2D. Joint angle. Else. If ref hinge joint 2D joint angle. Cannot implicitly convert type float to Boolean. Oh. Joint angle. If ref hinge joint theta joint angle is greater than or equal to old angle. Okay, so apparently this works, because that is technically a hinge joint 2D variable. So if that's there, and then we do an and, yeah, so we do an and ref hinge joint 2D dot joint angle is greater than or equal to the new angle, right? And then we'll do an or, non-exclusive, and then parentheses, current. Oh, whoops. Nope, that's from my notes. We gotta do ref. Hinge joint. Well, I'm just gonna copy this. This is too much to write. Control C. Control V. Is less than or equal to old. Bruh. Old angle. And. Control V is less than or equal to new angle. Okay, so it's less than or equal to old angle, and it's less than or equal to new angle. If it's possible, then it does. We'll just say task complete. Set so set equal to new angle. Ref hinge joint to the joint angle equals new angle. Does that code work? Nope, it's giving me an error. Property or indexer cannot be assigned to that. It is read only. How do I? Okay, now I'm starting to panic a little bit. Let's look up how to set the angle of a joint unity. How to control the angle of a joint using a variable. Attach a script to the root joint. Bro. What the actual heck? Oh, right, there's a Reddit post. That should help, right? The old Reddit post from earlier that I never got rid of because I knew it'd be important. Okay. So we have hj.motor. No, because motor's also a property. So we should be able to change it. But I am accessing the hinge joint, right? I'm literally accessing ref hinge joint 2D, not ref joint motor 2D. Property or indexer cannot be assigned to. It is read only. Property or indexer cannot be assigned to. It has no setter, which makes it read only properly. English, please. Oh, I forgot to do get component. Right, so I have to do that at the beginning of the update. So I have to add that in. So that is ref hinge joint 2D equals, and then I have to access get component hinge joint 2D. Is that it? HJM. This is ref joint motor 2D. Oh, that says red. Ref equals ref. Dot. Bro, I typed red again. Ref hinge joint 2D. Dot. What do you mean it is read-only? Ugh! Every time I run into one of these errors, I waste time. So much easier in the pseudocode. Hinge joint dot motor equal to hinge joint. Because if I made this motor, would it work? Cannot implicitly convert type float to the engine joint motor. But so that one works if I just use the right. But if I do dot joint angle, all of a sudden it's read only. I can't assign to it. I'm losing my mind. I don't want to use the motor. I want to modify the joint angle. Okay, let's look up how to set the angle of a joint in Unity. I'll just trust AI overview on this, please. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me, Google Gemini. Please help me. Set the angle of the joint. Axis joint component on the game object and just this angular limit. Oh wait, was I not? Am I dumbass? I was accessing hinge joint 2D. The joint component on the game object and just this angular. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. That's setting the limits. I want to set the actual angle of it. How to change hinge joint 2D dot joint angle. What do you mean? Hinge joint 2D, hinge joint. Do I have to make it public? Is that what you want? Nope, that did nothing. Okay, so instead of that, it says hinge joint dot joint angle equals. I am doing that. I'm literally exactly doing that. Except in my version, it says property or index or hinge joint 2D dot joint angle can't be assigned to. It is read only. Me whenever I run into a simple roadblock.
Invincible.
Why is joint angle read only? I'm gonna want to set the angle of target position. Example. We'll get close to target at 9. I can sure. Simply set the rotation of the transform manually. Okay, how many people are in this discussion? We've got the blue L, some guy, the green eye, and the brown L. So all 4 different people. All different people. wonder if the accessor for setting this would be. This guy replies, there's no accessor for setting it directly. You could simply set the rotation of the transform manually, though. Another approach would be increasing the spring force or setting min and max angles of the hinge. Can you please look into hinge joint angle? The fact that it changes whenever the connected bodies rotate in world space, even if the hinge joint retains its position, makes it almost a completely useless variable. Thank you. Hinge joint angle. So could I just do dot angle? Or let's see. Joint angle. Reference angle. But can I just do angle? But that gives me an error because read only. So, anything else I can change here? Anchor? Nope, that's not what we want to change. That's a point in space. Let's look up joint speed versus motor. Unity joint speed versus motor. No, I want joint speed. Unity joint speed. Oh, not motor. Why can't you just set the? Why can't you set a Why can't you set a? Why can't you set a joint to a certain angle? Do you have to use transform dot rotation like the guy or whatever said? This guy said there's no accessor for setting it directly. You could simply set the rotation of the transform manually, though. So and it's asking for a quaternion. Okay, buddy. I'm not even asking for a 2D quaternion. It's asking for just a quaternion. I'm losing my mind. You know what? We're just gonna comment this out. We're gonna say help! And we'll figure it out later. Alright, let's get some work done. Else. Now I want to do another if still, if else. Old angle is less than new angle. Pause, neg molt equals 1. Otherwise, pause, positive negative multiplier equals -1. Okay. Then it runs the rest of the code. So after it runs that part, you go to step 1, which is not actually step 1, but it's set magic or whatever. We'll just keep it like that now. We're gonna do another. How do I write a switch case statement? Switch case. Okay. So you just call it switch. We're gonna pause this music for now. We're just gonna video because I want to be absolutely sure that I got this right.
I can never remember how to perfectly format my citations.
Just click Get Citation, and you'll have a full citation ready to copy, always formatted perfectly.
Perfect. I can even show I used Grammarly for paraphrasing.
Use AI tools without compromising your integrity.
Wow.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We want to go to switches.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your bro. Hope you're doing well. And this body switch is a switch is an efficient. Really isn't that places. Within the parentheses, we will place what we would like to examine. We will examine our Dave after our case.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. I'm like, no, by the way. No. Thank you very much. This one out. Okay. Finally, some food. Oh my gosh. I can lock in.
Is part of the block of code for this case. So if we have a match, if day equals case Monday, then let's write it's Monday. Then on the next line, add break to exit the switch. Okay, so that's one case. Let's write a case for each day of the week, and I'll just fast forward this footage. And
Okay, you do have to add the break statement. I feel like that's kind of stupid though. I feel like we should automatically do that. There's probably a reason it's optional though. Switch. The value we're checking is muscle type. Case 1.1. Wait, am I formatting this correctly? I don't think I am. Yeah, you had the colon after, okay. Case 1.1, colon. And then you don't even use brackets, you just do it right up, okay. Case 1.1. Wait, no, it's wrap hinge joint 2D dot limits equals um let's look up how to set the limits of a joint angle unity. Let's go to images, maybe. Oh no, images is already always terrible. Hinge joint and equals get component hinge joint limit. All right, muscle type. I'm gonna make that a float. Ease type. Muscle type is gonna be float though. Oh, then we have to put F. I'll make it a double. That should get rid of. Yep. Okay, that works now. But why is it still an error? Oh, maybe it's like something. Okay, now the only error we have is this. So I have to figure out how to set the limits. Which step is that? It's also part of it. And then this part is whoops, we gotta make it a comment. Comment this out and say more errors. Dad, can you turn that down, please? Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 2.1, 2.2, break, base, 2.3, break, case, 1.2, 1.1, no, wait, 3.1, break, case, 3.2, break, case, 3.3, break, case, 4.1, break, case, 4.2, break, whoops, case, 4.3, break, case, 5.1, break, case, 5.2, break, case, 5.3, break. Okay. And 2.4 said use a percentage, blah, blah, blah. And then 2.5 is application. So instead of doing all that, we're just gonna make a new method so that we can just put it in each of them. Oh, we don't even need to do a new method because we don't have to put it in everything. You can just say that's step 1, and this is step 2.3. Step 2 and 2.1, and this is step 2. Say step 2 slash 2.1, and also 2.3, which we know ignore. That was 2.4. Using checks and calculations. Okay. So intimidating. And another subscriber, thank you. Oh, wait, have I not been showing it? Oh, I haven't even been showing. Oh, what am I doing? There you go. There's all the switch cases, I'm sorry. I make notice those guys. What? Why'd you do that? Oh, that was easy, okay. Now I can just define all these. Upper neck, lower neck, left shoulder, right shoulder. Oh, wait, no, I'm silly. Left elbow, left wrist, right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, left hip, make sure I'm doing this right. Left knee, left ankle, right hip, right, mm, right ankle. Okay. I'm gonna call this joint type instead. So I like this. See all the other instances and rename them. Above the top. Well, whatever, the notes are fine like that. Okay, joint type, switch case, joint type, check limits of the joint based off of its joint type. Case using checks and calculations, switch ease type, case 0, and this is no ease. Case 19 is ease in. Case 91. I'm using the weird numbers because they kind of tell story better. Ease out. So I don't get too confused. 191 is ease in uh, ease out. Okay. Now I've got my switch case statement. So that switch case is step 2. So this is step 2. And then okay, so switch case is step 2. Slash 3,1. Okay, so the switch case is step 2 slash 3,1. Then using calculations step. Wait, where was this? Sorry, my dad was playing like Nintendo music. I didn't. I know my mic wasn't picking up on it, but I just wanted to let him know that they're really stingy about their copyright and stuff. Okay, so I have my switch case. I'm using calculations, which are step 2, comma 4. Step also step 2, comma 3, but and then step 2, comma 2 was the first one. That's step 2, comma 2. Then that's step 1. And this is step 2 slash 2, comma 1, also 2, comma 3, and 2, comma 4. So switch case is step 2 slash 2, comma 1. Any calculations is step 2, comma 4. Also step 2, comma 3, but it's optional. And then all the easing calculations going here. So in theory, now all I'd have to do is all the math. So everything's written out. Everything's formatted correctly. The way I want it to be. So now you just need to make the math work. And then I can send commands via this one method, muscle move update underscore 2p. So it requires 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, 7 parameters. Okay. Actually having all my switch case statements written out is very reassuring for myself. This feels a lot easier to tackle now. The only two problems are setting a rotation for a joint, because I don't even know if that's possible yet. And also setting the limits for the joint, which I should be able to figure out, but I haven't yet. Two little problems, plus my math that I haven't tested. So more like 3. Doesn't seem like I have any errors, and this variable is never, or no, this method is never run, so I shouldn't get a runtime error. The only possible errors I could get now are compiler errors, which I don't think will happen. It's still updating though. I'll put that massive switch case statement in. I don't know why Steam tried to launch there. Oh god, please. Oh god, why is Steam launching? Maybe my memory is just. Maybe my CPU. What if I close Spotify? Will that help? Should I free up some Chrome tabs or? Why is it? Oh, it's been going on for a whole minute. I think I'll close some Chrome tabs maybe. please. Okay, thank God. That helped. What? Okay, I'm gonna clear my errors, and then I'm gonna try to save it again, and maybe this time it'll work. Hello? File, save. Okay, this works. I'm fine with having this warning. It's okay. I'll clear it. I already know it's gonna be used later. So now that this is saved, I can close it. I will keep Unity open though, but I think I'm gonna start making assets. Hmm. Okay. Um, well, it's about 6:30 p.m. here. 7:30, 39:30, 3.5 hours. I think I need to call Jax. This is a little bit too much for me. I need to call Jax. I need someone to talk to. Let's leave Discord open. Maybe you'll respond. Actually, I have his number. I should call him. Um, Man, I was really hoping I could just get all the movement figured out today, but I guess I couldn't. I'm gonna call him. Oh my gosh. If I call Jeremiah, I'm mute because I don't know what I was gonna say. Okay, maybe Ian? Maybe I can call Ian? I don't know. I mainly want to talk to Jax. He's the least awkward to talk to. Oh my gosh. I guess I'll make some assets. Uh, right, I had to verify my email to send it. Oh, someone follow me on Twitch, apparently. Thank you, Little Fedora, for following me on Twitch, and also, how am I going to do the art? I'm just going to take some pictures and then mash some stuff together. Uh, Thank you, Holari17s. I'm pretty sure you're a scammer though, but it's okay because you followed my channel. Yo, what did I leak? I'm about to die inside. I don't want to delete the VOD. Whatever. Let's just. Okay, that's the. I'm dying inside, chat. Oh my gosh. Okay. Like, so assuming that works, right? Then I was going to send something. So for example, let's do a test. I want to send this picture to myself. I'm going to send it via email, Google. Hmm. So I want to send this image to myself via Gmail. I'm about to start tweaking. Look, I think I'm gonna end the stream because I leaked one of my Google accounts, which I don't feel comfortable leaking. So I'm gonna edit that out of the VOD, and I'm gonna start a new stream. But yeah, I'm just gonna end stream now. I'll see y'all later. Turn off Kick. Turning off Twitch. YouTube Live goes off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.